Cyberpunk 2077 barely has any kitchens, and it is perhaps one of the game's best pieces of environmental storytelling. While this may sound a bit crazy at first, kitchens, in my opinion, may represent the beginning and the end of what it is to be human. Kitchens, or simply the place where food was prepared and usually consumed, have been a part of humanity for as long as we have existed. Even before the creation of the first permanent settlements and the agricultural revolution, humans always needed some place to prepare their meals. This, alongside the consumption of food, was often done communally and was a social affair. The form of what we now call the kitchen, as this separate room that exists solely for the preparation of food, changed dramatically throughout the centuries, and yet its core functions remained the same. Whether it be a communal hearth, a tucked-away part of a hut, or a fire pit, this place usually meant safety, it meant family, and by extension, it meant community and socialization. And this represents only its social aspects, without having mentioned yet the prerequisite of fresh ingredients with which to cook in the first place. The point is that regardless of your social status and wealth, regardless of whether your house has 3 separate kitchens with large islands, or if you live in a small apartment that incorporates it within the wider space, the kitchen still means the same thing. It's that familiar smell of your mom's cooking, the place where you make your coffee and relax before going to work, and perhaps where you eat your breakfast. In the meantime, you might bump into a family member or your significant other and have a chat, or watch this video on your phone while eating. It may sound a bit dumb at first, but if you really think about it, the amount of socialization and the beautiful everyday memories and interactions produced as a result of this designated space to prepare food cannot be overstated. At least for me, it is while having a snack or preparing food that I get the chance to have a chat with the family in between work and university, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. Now, imagine a world so degraded and disconnected that it has rendered the existence of such a simple thing as a kitchen something of the past. Within the world of cyberpunk, pollution and environmental destruction has been so extensive that there is no fresh food, or even water for that matter, anymore. There is no real meat, there are no vegetables or fruit or fish. Most of the food is synthetic, made by the very corporations that likely destroyed the natural world and made the farmers redundant in the first place. The situation of kitchens in cyberpunk is a self-fulfilling prophecy, a snake eating its own tail, reflecting cyberpunk society to perfection. Environmental destruction and profiteering led to the rise of synthetic food, leading to more and more ready-to-consume non-organic products mostly made out of insects or plants, or even clones that some have speculated to be of human meat. The real deal is left only for the elite, while the vast majority of people opt for the pre-packaged artificial food sold in every corner of every street, and even within their own homes in place of the kitchen. You see, the people of cyberpunk, even if they did have food to cook, spent nearly the entirety of their waking hours working. When they don't work, you can imagine they don't have the energy to heat up mosquito beef to eat alongside synthetic bread. Thus, gradually, through a combination of social, environmental, and economic factors, many of the houses of Night City simply do not have kitchens anymore. Instead, the houses come with their own vending machines, from which you can order the usual artificial fast food, but also military supplies and even escorts. And thus, a place that used to mean something for the majority of our history as a place to connect with our loved ones and just exist in peace was not only replaced, but replaced by the meaninglessness of physical gratification and easy nutrients to consume for the sake of staying alive, going to work the next day, and enriching whoever put the vending machine there. As you may have thought already, the vending machine that replaced the kitchen is owned by someone who makes a profit out of this situation. And if you decide not to order from it and instead go outside, you will simply encounter food shops and vending machines scattered everywhere, providing access to the same artificial nutrients produced by these same companies. Regardless of where you eat, it makes little difference to the factories that produce the food. It's not your mom's cooking anymore. It's not memories of calm Saturday mornings talking with family. It's merely your turn at the vending machine before your weekend shift. I should mention that within the space of Night City, there still exist a number of spaces and houses with kitchens, even though most of them are now non-traditional and only possess the very bare minimum. Nonetheless, Cyberpunk 2077 shows a world that is continuously shifting. It shows societal trends. The player houses have no kitchen, and it is easy to assume that the mega apartment buildings that make up the majority of the city follow suit, with food shops and vending machines scattered nearly everywhere, and V's first apartment serving as a notable example for the rest. Ultimately, how better could city PR represent the disconnect that exists within cyberpunk society than depriving the people of Night City of something as simple, as pure, and as vulnerable as this? A space for families to spend time together. And how could they and Mike Pondsmith showcase the depravity of the future if not by emphasizing that food no longer exists for humanity, but rather humanity for the food? In a society with so many lost people, with such oppression and injustice, corruption and crime, not even the kitchen is spared. And although admittedly small in the grand scheme of things, I believe this is something noteworthy to consider. A massive thank you to my channel members, and thank you very much for watching.